Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome to the Hangout. My name is BJ Kicks. I'm your host. And this is a show we do every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We usually go for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And we have fun. We talk about comics, we talk about TV shows, talk about whatever I want to talk about because it's the Hangout with me. Um, got a fun show for you planned tonight. And this segment of the Hangout is just called Chillin' for now. I got to come up with a better name. But I'm trying to be more organized on this show because I tend to just talk and talk and talk. But I figure if I have segments and like time those segments, things will go a little bit smoother. So, first off, let me just go ahead and say what's up, you guys. My man C. Rook brushed his teeth. Eric, welcome, sir. I don't know if I've seen you on a stream before, but glad to see you today. By the way, you guys, if you're watching this on the replay, I hope you can join us next time. Like I said, we're live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. But I'm going to go ahead and shout out the people who are here. Mary is here. What's good? What's good? My man Brandon's here from Comics Kings with the super chat, something to kick off the show. Much appreciated, sir. Let's see. James is here with the party hat. I feel it. I feel it. Comics Kings hopes everyone has their pants on. I'm wearing shorts. Does that count? And let's see. Omnibuddy's here. He says, hello. Hello? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Let's see. Mojo Quid is here. Long time no see, sir. What's up? What's up? Huge shout out to the K Squad. So while we're just chilling, shooting the breeze and whatnot, let me go ahead and let you guys know that this segment of the Hangout is brought to you by Fourth Wall Comics and their Kickstarter campaign for Lumberjacks, issue number 3. As you can see, there's a whole lot of action in this book. Lumberjacks kind of reminds me of like the blaxploitation type hero, at least in issue 1, which is the only one that I've read so far. I'm very excited to get issues 2 and 3 as a part of my pledge. As you can see, they've already hit their goal of $4,500. And right now, it's all about stretch goals. If we can get to $10,000 in the 5 days left that are in this campaign, then they're going to go ahead and release issue number 4 as well, which is super exciting. But you can see the artwork looks dope. The story is dope by my man Morgan Iverson, and I'm excited about it. So you can go ahead and pledge. You can pledge as low as $5 and get a digital copy. But you can pledge like ridiculous amounts of money and get hats, t-shirts. They've got metal bookmarks. They've got all sorts of stuff. Not to mention the variant covers that I like a lot. So really exciting stuff going on. And thanks to Fourth Wall Comics for sponsoring this segment of the Hangout. I've got this little Stream Deck app on my phone. I'm trying that out, but I kind of suck at highlighting comments and pressing buttons and stuff anyway. Let's see who we got in the chat. Carrie's here, and now the party can really get started. Let's see. Robotech is here. Tom's here. What's up, sir? I'm doing well. Hope you are. Mojo Quiz trying to get moved to a new house. Work's driving him crazy. Listen, there was a video that came out a couple of days ago. It went viral here in my hometown about how expensive houses are. And not so much the price of the house, but there was a house that was going for like $260,000 or something like that. And the line of people just trying to come in and tour the house was insane. It looked like somebody was throwing a block party or something. And because, you know, houses just don't go for that amount of money right now. Like there's a house that we looked at. It was going for like $297, almost exactly a year ago. And now that same house is going for like $425. So good luck on moving to a new house. Maybe these new world developments will slow prices down a little bit. I don't know. My man Cosmo, I've been waiting for this all day. Yo, I'm glad. I hope I'm worth the wait. Hope it's worth the wait. Dog Stars is here. What's good, guy? What's good? And I think we're all caught up on the chat. So How you guys doing? Like, what's going on with you guys? How has your week been? It's Thursday. Are you ready for the weekend? What do you got planned for this weekend? I asked you like 4 questions. Let's talk about weekend plans. But yeah, this segment is just the chill spot where we just kind of unwind, talk about our weeks, talk about, fun stuff, make some jokes in the chat before we get to the meat of these conversations. Let's see. My man Paulie bought an iPad to mitigate buying more books and reading digital, ended up buying twice as many books. It bees like that sometimes. C Rook says houses pre-COVID in my area were like 450 to 500 pounds. Is that pounds? But now they're going for like 750. It's crazy. One nut job listed a house for $1 million and it sold. So maybe he wasn't as much of a nut job as you thought. Comics Kings Brandon says so many books, 25 this week. I definitely didn't buy 25 books this week. Yeah. And by the way, the diamond shipment did not come in to Ultimate Comics Raleigh for this is the fourth or for 4 out of the last 6 weeks, including this one. There's been no diamond shipment. I'm still missing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issues 125 and 126. I think I'm missing 2 issues of 7 Secrets, maybe just 1. But yeah, there's just a bunch of indie books that I'm not caught up on because I don't even have the books because Diamond is just screwing things up. Carrie's got a whole lot of reading to do this weekend. Same. Tell me about it. Happy Friday Eve from Godzilla Man. Godzilla Man, is that Vegeta or Goku in your avatar? I can't really tell. I can see their Super Saiyan blue. It's a little too small for me to tell, though. Dog Stars has been downloading comics from Humble Bundle. And he went to the comic shop and bought way too many books. And he says Diamond's been having issues at his LCS as well. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know what's going on with Diamond, but I'm not excited about it. I'm ready to let's all just go to Diamond and set them straight. Let's see. Jerry says, hi, BJ Kicks. Hi, everyone. I love your videos. Just signed up for Marvel Unlimited. I hope you enjoy it. We're talking about digital comics later on tonight. And I did just buy an iPad last week. If you saw that unboxing, the Face ID, my face was too far away. But if you saw that unboxing, sorry for the clickbait title, but what else was I going to call that video? But anyway, I got Marvel Unlimited, and now I can actually enjoy it. I've had Marvel Unlimited subscription for at least maybe 2 years now. I think I've had it for as long as I've been in comics. But reading on my phone was not the move, and I didn't like reading on the computer screen. But the iPad experience is amazing. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. So I hope you enjoy your Marvel Unlimited subscription. C Rook says the power went out in his house last Friday. They had to throw out all of the food in the fridge and their frozen fish. Dang, man. Sorry to hear that. I hate throwing away food. I suck at throwing away food also. Let's see. My man Cosmo is going to the Texas Rodeo Cook-Off this weekend. That sounds dope. Like, this is going to be like barbecue and brisket and stuff? Root beer time. And Carrie's also going to make a decision on what book to send to CBCS for the Sean Gordon Murphy signature. CBCS is doing signing events too? I don't know if I have a Sean Gordon Murphy book. I've got because I don't have any single issues of White Knight. I bought that in deluxe. Yo, when does that White Knight Beyond come out? That I'm excited about. Ben T says there's an app called Hoopla. I read comics on there from my phone all the time, and it's free. Yeah, I just got that too, but for whatever reason, my county is not all that up to date on Hoopla, so the comics aren't really loading in Hoopla for me. Let's see. Godzilla says the profile pic is Vegito. Oh, the fusion. Yeah. Got it. Do you like Vegito or Gogeta better? Which is the best fusion? Marvel Unlimited is the best with the app, not the website. Totally agree. I feel the same way about DC Universe Infinite too. Let's see. Comics King says Marvel Unlimited is unmatched. Godzilla Man Gaming says he got the Shonen Jump app, thousands of manga chapters for $2 a month. Now he wants Marvel Unlimited again. You know, I have the Shonen Jump app. I don't subscribe to it. And you know what it is? I'm never going to read that much manga. For me, the colors add a lot to the experience. And it just takes me a little bit longer to process the black and white images. That sounds childish, but it's how I feel. So, yeah, I don't know how much manga I'm going to read. I'll watch a couple anime, but I'm not like the biggest manga fan. And plus there's like a million chapters on all the manga. I know they say like, oh, just start with chapter 1 or whatever, which is true, but it doesn't matter if I start with chapter 1 if there's still 300 chapters. Brisket is the best cut. I feel you. Comics King says, BJ, where's my wrench? Oh, you want to be an admin in the stream. We can make that happen. There's not a whole lot to moderate. You know what I'm saying? Tim's here. What's up, Tim? Yo, speaking of my homie Tim, got a couple books in the mail yesterday, day before. I got Death Wish issue number 3, and Superman 75, the polybagged edition. This is the Death of Superman. But yeah, my homie Tim sent these over. I mean, I paid for them. Well, I paid for this. I didn't pay for this. He just put in the extra. And now I've only got 1 issue left of Death Wish to go. And of course, I went ahead and ordered that on eBay. Super exciting. So no separate video for those, but I'm excited about them. Let's see. Carrie's choices for the signing are Punk Rock Jesus number 6, White Knight Harley number 6, or White Knight issue number 1. Those all sound like good choices. I've heard good things about Punk Rock Jesus, but never read it. What's up, Villy? What's up? C-Rook says only he can be the wrench man now that Skip town. I talked to Skip. Skip is doing well. He just had to, focus on some other things. So he can't be as active as he was before, which I get it. It's not like it was a paying job or anything. I don't know what it is about this root beer, but I feel like I got a really good batch a few weeks ago. But every time I bought it since then, it's not been as good, this IBC root beer. So I'm looking for another go-to root beer brand. I want to use Marvel Unlimited to read X-Men since I don't really know of a good jumping on point for the current runs. If you're looking for a good jumping on point for the current runs, I recommend House of X and Powers of 10. It's absolutely the jumping on point. It was my jumping on point for the X-Men. I've just recently started reading Chris Claremont's run on X-Men, and it's funny just how many things from this era of X-Men that we're currently in call back to the Claremont era. It's definitely a slower read because it's Silver Age and dialogue, and Chris Claremont likes to narrate every part of the book, but it's still really good. Loving seeing the relationships develop. It's been fun. Frost Top is my favorite root beer, says Dog Stars. Word. I know that is Omni Dog's favorite root beer as well. They don't sell it anywhere near me, so I'd have to buy a case on Amazon, and I've just never wanted to spend $30 on some root beer on Amazon. But maybe I'll do it because I really do like root beer, and this is becoming a fun tradition here on the Hangout. Claremont's coming back for a small Gambit run. Word. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of those. Marvel has, where they'll get an older creator to come back to something they created and do a story set back in the times when it was created. So we got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man series right now. Claremont's doing Gambit. They got X-Men Legends. Larry Hama's coming back for Wolverine patch. I'm excited about all those. Jerry loves A&W Diet Root Beer. Word. I'm not a fan of diet sodas, but I don't mind A&W root beer. I'll probably buy that next time I go. Dogstar says they sell it at Ace Hardware. I would never go into a hardware store looking for a root beer. I don't. I'm sure they have Ace Hardware where I live. I'll have to go in there. Like, hey, you guys got Frost Top and a wrench? Like, because what? Let's see. Jerry's got volume 1 of the Spider-Man Mighty Marvel Masterworks on the way. Word. I'm still on the fence. I haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead and order the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus by Stan and Steve, volume 1, because I don't really read Silver Age stuff, and I just feel like I know me. If I order volume 1, I'm going to want volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5 as well. As a matter of fact, I had volume 2 and I sold it just so that I wouldn't be tempted to buy all the rest of it. But I'll read some of it in Marvel Unlimited and see how I feel. Let's see. We got a lot of comments today. There's 27 people in here. That's what's up, man. Thanks you guys for being here. Ben's been reading the DC Earth 1 books and enjoying a good amount. Anyone else like them? I haven't read the DC Earth 1 books. Of course, I'd be interested in Batman Earth 1. And I think I have Superman Earth 1 in one of those Eagle Moss hardcover sets. But I need to read it. I haven't read it. Let's see. Silver Age Stan and Steve Spider-Man is peak Spider-Man. Dang, if Spider-Man peaked at the very beginning, what does that say about Spider-Man? But I mean, I know a lot of the stuff from the movies comes directly from like the older Spider-Man stories. So maybe it's not going to be that bad. Maybe it won't be that bad. Dogstar says he'd do a Google search to make sure they sell it. How would you even find that? Let's do this. Let's Frost Top Root Beer and see. Pointers Ace Hardware. They really sell this online at the Ace Hardware store? All right. Now I gotta like share my screen and show you guys this because this is insane. Look at this. Wait, did I do it? Wrong button. They sell this at Ace Hardware. Am I the only one that thinks that's crazy? 32 ounce, 1 pack. Oh, you can't. You can't buy it online. It's not in stock. In stock at 8 nearby stores, though. I don't live in Colorado. They have it in stock. Okay, that's super far from me. NC Highway 42. All right. I won't get into addresses and stuff. But they've got some in stock. So I might be taking a road trip to Ace Hardware to try this premium root beer here. Oh, how the rabbit hole goes deeper. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you, sir. Involving funky sodas, you should look for retro candy stores. They have that kind of stuff. There is or was a retro candy store in a mall not far from my job. I wonder if they still have that there. Jerry bought some of the Mighty Marvel Masterworks books. They are very affordable. Yes, the little trades, they are affordable, and they got 10 issues each in them. I gave away a copy of the Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Masterworks or Mighty Marvel Masterworks. I wonder if they have them back in stock at Ultimate Comics Raleigh. Let's see. Yo. What up, Comic Game? What's up, Toyomic Displays? My man Trey, they did a toy swap. Was it this past Saturday? I feel like time just goes super fast. It could have been 2 weeks ago. But Trey had a huge toy haul. I would say I was jealous, but when I saw the pictures, I was just like, I wouldn't have anywhere to put that stuff. I'm already running out of shelf space. Speaking of toys, look what my wife got me for Valentine's Day. This is the Batmobile from the new movie, but it's a radio-controlled Batmobile. It does wheelies and stuff. My daughter is afraid of it, though. So I can't play with it when she's in the room. But it's funny because like one of my favorite Christmas gifts was the Batman Forever Batmobile. And I wanted a radio controlled Batmobile. Instead, I got a remote controlled Batmobile, which means I had to chase it around because it had the stupid cord attached. This one, there's no wires. No wires. Yes, sir, Kevin. This is root beer. It's my favorite type of soda is root beer. Let's see. Jerry says Cracker Barrel has some different sodas and bottles if there's one near you. I think they have root beer and cream soda. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a minute. There's a Cracker Barrel. Can't like just be naming locations, but if you go to get on the highway and go like anywhere of importance, you're going to pass by this Cracker Barrel that is not too far from where Toyama Displays lives. And I haven't been there in such a long time. I'm just going to leave this on the screen for a second. Somebody get the screenshot now, but that's hilarious. Trey just picked up the McFarlane movie, Batman, Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin, and the Bat Bike. I saw the Bat Bike in Target, and I saw they had the movie Bruce Wayne, but not the movie Batman. And they had the movie Catwoman, but none of the other ones you mentioned. They do also have the Three Jokers set. I've seen Three Jokers Batgirl and Three Jokers Batman. I saw a Red Hood, but they snatched that up super quick. So I missed out on Red Hood. But they do have the Bat Cycle, the McFarlane Toys Bat Cycle, and that is dope. I saw it. But I already have a Death Metal Bat Cycle, and I don't have any more shelf space. So there's that. So I guess we should kind of move on in this show. So I'm wondering, he's not opening any of the Batman stuff till he knows the movie's good. I'm excited about the movie. I'm very excited about the movie. Red Hood, Jason Todd's my comic book boyfriend. Need one of those toys. See if you can find one online. I know Target's pretty good about doing like in-store pickup and stuff like that. Yes. So since we're moving on, Tim brought it up. Blood Syndicate Season 1 is coming in May, written by Jeffrey Thorne with art by Chris Cross. Jeffrey Thorne is the current writer on Green Lantern. One thing that I like about the Green Lantern run is specifically the way Sojourner Mullen, her dialogue is handled. She's sassy, she's not afraid to like say whatever's on her mind. And it's just a very fitting voice. I like his voice for the character. And how he's treated that character leads me to believe that he'll do a really good job on the Blood Syndicate. I'm very excited about that. Very excited. Chris Cross coming back on the art is just like, that's dope. That's super dope. Like, who else would you get to draw Blood Syndicate in 2022 or any year for that matter? We're also getting Duo. They're getting a mini series written by Greg Pak, art by Koi Pham. But yeah, I'm very excited about Blood Syndicate Season 1 coming in May. And of course, I've already pre-ordered it. I'm getting all the covers, including the ratio. I got to do it. JC Rivera says he's late. You're not late. I mean, you might be late for the start of the show, but I mean, we got different segments. We haven't started the digital comics discussion just yet. So you're right on time, sir. You're right on time. Let's see. I feel like we should get to something. So we haven't had this segment in a little while because this show hasn't been on the air. But Naomi, Season 1 has returned. I watched episode 5. I actually watched it today. And Before I read it, I actually read an article. I don't remember what website it was, but it was an article. Ava DuVernay, Brian Michael Bendis, and David Walker were all interviewed, and I think one more person was as well. But they were talking about like how Naomi got adapted for TV so quickly when her comic only debuted 3 years ago. And in that article, the one thing I took from it was they asked, like, well, how is it writing a comic while the TV show is ongoing? Like, does one affect the other? And all parties involved were very much like, no, the comic is the comic and the show is the show. And so having that behind the scenes knowledge made it a lot easier for me to just kind of enjoy the show as the show. But it also kind of took away some of the suspense. Like, as a part of the draw for me watching the show was, how are they going to incorporate this or how are they going to incorporate that? So anyway, that knowledge going into the episode was helpful and kind of like hurtful at the same time. But in this episode, what happened? So I told you guys that Naomi, full spoilers for Naomi episode 5. I assume that anybody who wants to watch it has already watched it by Thursday evening. But Naomi episode 5, in episode 4, she chose her love interest. There was like 3 people vying for her attention. She finally picked somebody. So, of course, in episode 5, whoever wasn't picked is like, feeling the fallout. Like, yo, like, why you ain't pick me, fam? Like, I'm a little jealous. Da da da. So that's something. There was an interesting confrontation between one of the seemingly villains and another one of the seemingly heroes. I'll leave it at that. There was, what else happened on this show? I'm not going to lie. I watched this while I was doing other things. I was editing a video while I watched this. So there is one subplot that I completely checked out on, involving one of the love interests who was, spurned, or what's that word? Curved. The one Naomi curved. He had some kind of a ailment going on, and then Naomi had to help him find something. And I don't really know how that turned out. The crux of this episode for me, the one thing that I kind of, clung to, was like, okay, that was cool, was Naomi's parents. Naomi's parents, or Naomi's dad, works for the military. The military is trying to hunt down alien artifacts or hunt down aliens using artifacts they're finding on Earth. So the U.S. military has, discovered some artifacts, seemingly from Naomi's home world. And her parents are trying to, basically throw the government off of Naomi's trail. And so I thought the way they did that was interesting. And that's probably my favorite part of the episode. All in all, this episode was kind of like every episode for me, where it wasn't enough superhero action, and all the stuff they were doing that was not superhero action was just like, a little too teenager for me. I'm clearly not the target audience for this show, but I've invested so much time that I just have to keep spending time. So what would I rate this one out of 10? For my personal taste, probably 5.5. I'm sure there are people that can get more out of this show, though, especially if you're a little bit younger. Kev says he's got to go. Break's over. Peace out, dude. Thanks for joining us for the little bit of time you had. I appreciate it. Boom Bap Doom. I have not talked about it already, but let's go ahead and do this. Zdarsky. Whoops. Zdarsky is the new writer on Batman, and the artist is going to be Jorge Jimenez, who was already the artist on Batman during James Tynion's run. And I am very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. I have not read a ton of Chip Zdarsky's work. I read the beginning of his Daredevil run, and I'm reading Devil's Reign now. The beginning of his Daredevil run, ironically, I started and I was like, oh, this is a little bit too dark. Like, I'm already reading a million Batman books. I don't know if I need to add this to my list. I'll revisit this in the spring, is basically how I felt about that. And now Chip is going to be writing Batman and Daredevil. What's most interesting, though, is it looks like Tim Drake is back as Robin, which for me, I'm like, what does that mean for Damian Wayne? Curious to see how that's going to turn out. But Tim Drake is Robin. Seems cool to me. I haven't read. I did read this whole article. It didn't really say much. They just said that in issue 125, we're going to be introduced to a new villain who is going to be like Doomsday was for Batman. Let's see. As it relates to Naomi, C-Rook says he's the kind of the target audience and he hates it. Mojo Quiz says he's not in the target audience, but he doesn't mind watching it. Glad the people is made for getting their representation and entertainment. I agree with that. Like, hopefully the people they're trying to reach, it's resonating with. I'm of the mindset that it's a little bit slow. Like, I feel like if you're going for a younger audience, they got to pick up the pace a little bit. But, I mean, maybe that's just my taste, and it's not indicative of their target audience. Let's see. My man Top Gun can't stay because he got a paper. Hit the like button on the stream. LeBron needs his hairline back. Haha. Roger's reading DC vs. Vampires is a good read. Yes, I am too. I enjoyed issue 5, although the art was kind of wonky to me. Mojo Quid watched all of Supergirl. He can handle Naomi. Ultimate Power just joined the stream, but he's starting from the beginning. Why would you do that? Just press the live button, sir. Gonna be epic. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm glad to see Jorge Jimenez continue on Batman. He's not the artist on it currently, but I loved his art during the Joker War and Fear State. It's honestly his art that got me through Fear State. But yeah, really cool. Really cool. So that's exciting news. And I guess it's time to talk about what I read. Now, what I read is actually brought to you by Ultimate Comics. Ultimate Comics is my LCS with all these locations in the Raleigh area, Raleigh, Durham, Cary, and the Crabtree Valley Mall, which is also inside or in Raleigh. Now, they've got all kinds of Ultimate Comics exclusives. Last week's exclusive was for Hulk issue number 4. It was this Hulk 181 homage cover. This week, they've got exclusives for Ghost Rider number 1 with the Marvel frame variant and Silver Surfer Rebirth issue number 2, also with the Marvel frame variant. You can get both of those covers at ultimatecomics.com or just follow the link. It's in the description below. So shout out to Ultimate Comics and thank you guys for sponsoring this video. Now, let's talk about what I've read so far this week. And it's not a long list. It's not a long list. I just picked up my books late yesterday, and I've been incredibly busy today. Basically, my other channel, the one that pays my bills, has just been a lot busier lately. So anyway, let's start with, I'll do these in the order that I read them in. Let's sort these alphabetically, not by most pulled, because that's going to annoy me. There we go. So what did I read this week? There we go. Hardware, season 1, issue number 4. What can I say? I'm really loving this series still. It's definitely my favorite of the Milestone Returns titles. Just for my taste, I think it's the best written book. It's got the pacing, it's got the heart, like all the feeling. The dialogue's great, and the art, that combo of Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz. Yes, it's a stylistic thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not a fan of Dennis Cowan's pencils, you may not be a fan of this book. If you like more traditional superhero type art, like an Ivan Reyes type artist or like a Jim Lee type artist, maybe Icon and Rocket is probably the series for you. But I really love the art in Hardware. It's sketchy, it's gritty, and it really fits the story. But Hardware's been on the run. He, dipset over to Singapore to escape Edwin Alva, or at least plan, his, final attack, I guess. He's working with an old mentor who also used to work for Alva. And I don't want to spoil much, but actually, I'll stop right there. Because there's only 6 issues in this series. And the more I talk, the more I'm going to spoil. And the series is just too good for you not to read it yourself. What I will say is there's a little bit of bait and switch on this cover. So if you're an OG Milestone fan like me, and you are looking at this cover like, yo, is this about to happen? What you thought was going to happen didn't happen, but I'm sure they're going to pay it off. And actually, now that I've read the issue, the cover has a different bit of significance for me. So yeah. Well, Tim already spoiled it in the comments, so I guess I'll put it up. Reprise comes back, but no Technique yet. Yo, the reveal of Reprise was super dope as well. Like, yeah. Well, now we spoiled the whole ending of the issue. But I'm very excited for issue 5 because the way they led into that fight is just like, yo. So I'm excited for issue 5 and issue 6. I will say the delays are kind of hurting this series for me. Because it's such a short story, like, it's not hard to remember what happens from issue to issue. But I really just want my books. I want them like in my hand when they're supposed to be in my hand. That's how I feel about this book. But it's great. Like I said, it's my favorite of the Milestone Returns titles. As it stands, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Sup, Ryan? I am doing well, sir. Hope you are. Officially Unofficial Geek says you should get Ultimate Comics to work out a channel variant with you. Exclusive variants are expensive. And so if I were to do a channel variant with Ultimate, assuming they're down to do it, I'd have to put money up. And I don't know if the money that I'd put up would get. I don't know how many of those variants I would sell given the size of my audience. Because there's minimum orders and all that. I've put a lot of thought into it because I have the goal of having my own exclusive variant one day. I think that's more of a thing that it makes more sense like when I'm like closer to like 10,000 subscribers. But it's definitely something I'm wanting to do. I don't know if it'll be Marvel. It's probably not going to be DC because they don't really do retailer exclusives like that. But yeah, so it's definitely a thing. There's what's more likely to happen is I get an exclusive variant for one of my other friends who actually like writes comics and stuff. Maybe the Fourth Wall guys will let me do a variant or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely something I've thought about. And I would love to do it one day. It's still on my bucket list when it comes to, my comic book goals. Carrie says, you want books to come out at a regular interval. Keep on reaching for the stars there, right? Money can be figured out via Kickstarter. I would not, no offense to anyone who does Kickstarter, I'm not comfortable like selling something that I don't already have in hand. Like, and crowdfunding is absolutely a viable thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have to put more thought into it. Yo, Larry, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you here in a minute. It's good seeing you, sir. Good seeing you. Yeah, my hope is not lost on the exclusive variant, but it's just a not yet. That's how I feel. What the heck? Why do I have to log in again? I was already logged in. League of Comic Geeks is on that nonsense. All right. So what else did I buy this week? I bought, or what I read so far. DC versus Vampires, issue number 5. So remember I told you guys in the episode of what I'm getting that this one was they were gearing up for like a full-on Justice League like battle. And we got that in this issue. One thing that was kind of confusing was like, yo, who's a vampire and who's not? Because there was somebody that I thought was a vampire the whole time that like got turned into a vampire midway through the issue. And then also there were two artists on this issue. Um, the let's see who were the artists on this? Are they credited? Let's see. Otto Schmidt and Simone DeMeo. Otto Schmidt's been on the series, so I'm assuming Simone DeMeo does like this. Let me spotlight myself for a second. So Simone DeMeo does like this style art. Super cinematic looking. I love the colors on that. But then you've got this by Otto Schmidt, the opposite side of the page. And some of these pages look super rushed to me. It doesn't really take you out of the story because they're kind of telling two parallel stories. But I'm like, you got art that's this exciting next to art that's not so much exciting. I don't know. Kind of jarring for me, but that's just how I felt. But yeah, so DC versus Vampires number 5. The story was good. I mean, it was action packed. It was fun. I give it a 7. Any thoughts on Zdarsky taking over Batman? I'm excited for it. I like what I've read of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. It's good enough to make me think he'll handle Batman really well. I haven't been reading Batman the Knight, and I know he did a Batman story in Urban Legends, but I didn't really read that either. So this will be my first. Zdarsky Batman book, and I'm excited about that. Who did the art on that last panel? I think this is Simone DeMeo. Though it looks kind of like a video game, right? That's what you're talking about? Yeah, Simone DeMeo. And I mean, every page that Simone DeMeo does, like, looks like this. Like, look at the colors and all that. But then look right next to it. That's the Otto Schmidt artwork. And it's just like, in comparison, like, how are these in the same issue? Weird. But the book was still good. The dialogue is great. The action was great. Pacing is good. Still a good book. So yeah, that's DC versus Vampires. What I say, 7? Yeah, I'd probably still give it a 7. Let's see. Your thoughts on 7 Secrets and Green Lantern ending? I don't mind Green Lantern ending. I feel like it's telling a complete story. I mean, there's only so far you can go with it before it just become like with Green Lantern. There are so many Green Lanterns. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to please like everybody, right? There's going to be somebody that's mad that Hal Jordan's not Green Lantern or Kyle Rayner's not Green Lantern. And I mean, we did have the Grant Morrison run, but I wasn't reading that. So we had Far Sector, and then we've got these 12 issues. So basically a year of John Stewart and, Sojourner Mullen being Green Lantern. Oh, I guess we're not talking about this book right now. So I'm curious to see where it ends, and that'll kind of determine how I feel about it stopping at issue 12. 7 Secrets ending. Where did you hear 7 Secrets was ending? I'm not saying you're a liar. I just didn't hear that. I didn't know. So yeah, I would love to know like where 7 Secrets is ending. Is there a final issue announced? Let's see. Oh, snap. All right, I got to show you guys this. So, 7 Secrets. Issue 17 is the penultimate issue, which means issue 18 is the final issue of 7 Secrets. Yeah, I'm kind of mad at that. I mean, I get it because Tom Taylor's exclusive to DC. He's writing a lot of books right now. but I really like Seven Secrets. So, you know, I guess I'll ditto my thoughts from, you know, the last book we just talked about, Green Lantern. It just depends on how the story ends. If the story ends and it feels like there's a whole lot more story to tell, I'm gonna be mad that it ended. But if I feel like it wraps up nicely, I don't have to worry about what's going on with all these characters, then cool. That's fine. Do your thing. I'd rather you leave the book early than keep it going until it was like unbearable and the book sucks. So yeah, yeah. Dang. I'm kind of bummed. I can't lie. I'm bummed about Seven Secrets ending. Green Lantern, I'm like, that's fine. Um, let's see. Let's go back to my pull list. And we'll go through some of these comments here. Issue 18 comes to an end. Seven Secrets is a Tom Taylor book. Yes. Taylor's going DC exclusive. Yes. I don't want another writer doing it. True. I would not want Seven Secrets by another writer. Ryan makes a good point. They should release individual titles for each Green Lantern. But you know those wouldn't sell. Like Green Lantern is already not a super big seller. And so then to divide the Green Lantern audience between multiple titles just wouldn't make sense. It's the same reason that Justice League Dark is tucked into the back of every Justice League issue, because the audience for its own book is just not big enough. But I mean, I'm all the way down for a Jon Stewart book, assuming it's done right. Maybe I'm not down for a Jon Stewart book. I'm so afraid that like Jon Stewart hasn't had a ton of stories. So I'm afraid that like if you give him an ongoing, the person writing them doesn't know enough, like doesn't have enough to pull from, and just starts throwing stuff out there, and then it ruins the character. Like I feel like that's what we saw with that New 52 Static Shock series that I've been reading on DC Universe Infinite for a little bit. And man, that series is all over the place. And what's crazy is there were already 45 issues of Static to draw from, and they were just like, nope, toss it all out. Static's in New York now. It's like, yo, what? What is happening? Teen Titans Academy is getting canceled too. We all knew that was garbage. I stopped reading Teen Titans Academy at issue 3, so I can't even confirm that it's garbage. But yeah. Comics King says DC doesn't have a catalog of creatives to do that. They gave a weak creator to the book who doesn't like the characters anyway. What did they expect? I don't know if that's a fair depiction of Jeffrey Thorne, because I enjoy Jeffrey Thorne's writing elsewhere, and I enjoy his writing on Green Lantern. I think the issue with this Green Lantern run is it's gonna kind of live or die depending on who your favorite Lantern is and how they're treated. There is a string of tweets out there from Jeffrey Thorne, like kind of ragging on Hal Jordan. But yeah. So yeah. Somebody wanted to know, when is Teen Titans Academy being canceled? Let's pull it up. Oh, I should have clicked series, but I didn't. So how do I get back to the series? There's got to be an easy way. There we go. Series. Teen Titans Academy number 15 is coming out May 24th. Final issue. So it's ending at issue 15. Or you could have just read the chat. That's funny. Comics King has been on, says that Jeff Thorne's been on interviews saying he doesn't like Hal or Kyle. So I read it. I listened to an interview he did with Perch, and in the interview he did with Perch, he didn't say, he clarified. He was like, he didn't say he didn't like Hal. He just felt like Jon Stewart was a more interesting character. Like you can do more with Jon Stewart, and that Hal could be boring. In that Hal has been done before elsewhere, like different heroes. Like Hal is kind of, according to Jeffrey Thorne, and I haven't read a ton of Hal Jordan, so I can't confirm or deny this, but Hal Jordan is kind of like a paint by numbers hero, according to Thorne. Now, the only experience I have with Hal Jordan is Green Lantern Rebirth. And in that series, it's like the whole point of that series was to prop Hal up. So I don't know if like convention was okay, Hal wasn't that great before, but clearly Jeff Johns' agenda with Rebirth was to establish that whether you like Hal or not, every other Lantern is like, Ayo, Hal is the best of us. Like that was the whole point of the series. So yeah, I mean, I just think there are very interesting stories that you can tell about John Stewart given the background he's been given, right? Or that's been established for him. A former Marine, a black man who ends up being a space cop. It's just like there's a lot there, but that's just, me throwing my personal experience into, a fictional character. So who knows? I'm sure there's somebody that feels the same way about Hal. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this topic can go off the rails, or we could be talking about this forever. Tim says Joker's ending at 14. I knew that Tynan was going to stay on until issue 14, but I didn't know that the Joker was going to end there. Let's see. Suicide Squad's a goner. Only DC Larry's reading is I Am Batman, Nice House on the Lake, and Naomi season 2, which is coming up next month. I am very excited about Naomi season 2. Especially now that they've confirmed they're not trying to put anything from the TV show into the comic, and the comic's going to pick up where the other comic left off. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. C-Rook's got to go. Peace out, bro. Thanks for being here. Thought I heard he was going to stay with DC. So Tynan did say like he's still going to be at DC wrapping up projects that he has. He's just not DC exclusive anymore, which makes sense because Tynan's got a whole lot of stuff going on. If Hal's so good, why isn't he dying with the Justice League in issue 75? But yet I see John Stewart about to get gone in issue 75. Well, John Stewart's been the Green Lantern in the Justice League for as long as I've been reading Justice League, which is only 2 years. Somebody asked me how long I've been in comics seriously as a hobby. This May will be 3 years. 3 years since I started reading comics and collecting them seriously. Let's see. Batman Fortress #1 looks like Batman versus Alien Invasion coming out in May 2022. I am like, boycotting is a strong word, but I'm boycotting all these Batman miniseries. There's just too much. And I'm a Batman fan. Like, there's Batman literally all around me, and it's just too much. Yes, John Stewart was a Green Lantern for years, mostly due to his popularity from the animated show. Yes, that's true. But I think it makes sense, right? Like, if you got the guy on the TV show as the Green Lantern, you might as well make him the Green Lantern in the books. The Green Lantern is a core, right? So I don't think it's that you got to diminish John Stewart to prop Hal up. You've got to do a better job of showing why they're different from each other, why all of the Lanterns are different from each other, and give them interesting arcs to go through. Like this whole Jessica Cruz as a Yellow Lantern thing is interesting. And it's different from what's happening with John in the current book. It's different from what's happening with Joe Mullen in the current book. But yeah, Hal has been definitely like noticeably absent from that book. So I get it. DC Infinite is perfect for all these miniseries. Yeah, I'm not buying the miniseries, but I'll gladly wait 6 months to read them on DC Infinite. Ryan Longden says the Wonder Girl series was good, though. I don't think that was canceled because it was a bad series. I think there is something going on with Joel Jones between like the tracing art and, missing the deadlines and all that stuff. Like, there's something going on there. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but that's just my gut feeling on that. Just unboxed McFarlane, 3 Jokers, Criminal, Clown, and Comedian. They're all wonderful. The only one I wanted out of that set was the Killing Joke one. I saw the Criminal and the Comedian. Was it the Criminal and Comedian? Yeah, they're both. They have them both at my local Target. But when I saw them in person, I didn't really like them. I wasn't a fan. But the Killing Joke one, that's the one that I want. It still looks good to me. Wonder Girl was solid, but Joelle Jones missed all her deadlines. Word. Wonder if Wonder Girl's going to have some sort of fallout from Trial of the Amazons. There's a Trial of the Amazons Wonder Girl tie-in that's written and drawn by Joelle Jones. I saw the advertisement in pretty much every DC book this week. But yeah, she is writing Trial of the Amazons Wonder Girl number 1 and 2. Number 1 comes out in March. Number 2 comes out in April. So there you go. I was just saying that the tracing must be a function of her trying to meet the deadlines and, you know, all that. I don't know. What's up, JC? JC got COVID. Hopefully you're doing better or doing well. If you're a reader of comics, digital all the way. Saves money and space. Yes. I guess we should go ahead and get to the topic. Do I know about the Suicide Squad King Shark Special Edition exclusive Trevor hair sign silver back and front? No. Wait. Was that the free comic book day book? If so, maybe. If it was a free comic book day book, it was a ratio variant, which is hilarious that they have ratio variants for free comic book day books. Let's see. What do you think about all the delays that have affected Milestone while some titles never missed? From what I can tell, the delays that affected Milestone were because of the creators, right? Like I think it was just a matter of turning in the art on time. I know that like the artist on Static had eye surgery in the middle of the run. I don't know, what Dennis Cowan had going on, but I mean he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's the boss of Milestone. Now if you're talking about the Black History Month variant, I have no idea what's going on with that. But or the Black History Month special, it's crazy to me to have a Black History Month book come out in June. I don't know what delays that. I'm of the mindset that if you're a Black-owned company whose whole thing is like we're bringing Black characters, like good original Black characters, to mainstream comics, you're not going to miss a deadline to the tune of missing Black History Month. So it's got to be like production errors or something, but I don't know. That's just me guessing. I guess I should be a little bit more responsible. I got a microphone in front of me. But yeah. Unpopular opinion. Hope Fear State Justice League takes over reigns after Dark Crisis. Where it probably are. Jigs Kingdom says, what's up? What's good, Jigs? And let's see. Dynamite didn't release an Elvira comic in October. Word. So they're missing deadlines at Milestone. Yeah, I mean it seems that way. I don't know why, but it seems that way. I want to buy a Static Omnibus or for any OG Milestone characters, even though I've never read the titles. I mean, if you've never read the titles, the best thing to do is grab this compendium that just came out. Where's mine? The Milestone Compendium. This is a 1,300-page book with a retail price of only $60. If you grab it from our channel sponsor, Organic Price Books, then you can get it for $43 with my discount. Just use code BJKicks at checkout. But that's the best way to get into these books or the OG characters if you have not read them. So that's what I would say. Yeah. And so it's 8:00, and I guess it's time to get into the main event. Yes, 45 at Organic Price Books, but if you use the code BJKicks, you'll get an extra $2 off that order. So it's 43. But yeah. Oh wait, did I finish telling you what books I read? And let's get back to the reviews. Let's see. So we did DC vs. Vampires, we did Hardware. I also read Robin issue 11. Joshua Williamson, Gleb Melnikov. You know what's funny? I was all hyped for this like fight between Ra's al Ghul and his mother. I should have known that was just going to be like a comic book trick that you should have seen coming from a mile away. But yeah, whatever. There's a threat. I guess I shouldn't like spoil the book. There's a threat. Robin and his friends take the threat down. Robin's, mother, grandmother, and father see a different side of him. I'll leave it at that. And that last page reveal, if they're setting up what I think they're setting up, I am very excited. But I mean, it's got to go wrong, right? So it's so hard doing these without spoiling the books. It really is. Robin number 11 is really good, though. Really good. This Milestone Compendium does have zombie in it. Yes. Yeah. I'm very excited. Very excited. And let's see. I did hear that Chip Zdarsky is going to be a Batman writer. We covered that. I'm excited about it. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I hope it lasts a long time. And I hope it's good. Manny's Different Perspectives says the ending has me hyped. I'm very excited about the end of Robin number 11. And yes, I've been thoroughly enjoying the series as well. Hopefully they release a deluxe hardcover. I would not hold my breath on a deluxe hardcover of anything from DC right now. And I agree. I'm not the biggest fan of the cover either, but I enjoyed the issue. Enjoyed the issue a lot. And let's see. Couldn't find the back issues. Dang, that sucks. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess buy it digitally just so you can read it. But yeah, they've got to have the back issues on like one of those like Things from Another World or something like that. Because I mean, there's not like a bunch of first appearances or anything in this series. So anyway, is Robin getting a trade paperback? I don't remember seeing anything in the catalog. Let's check though. Let's check. That's a terrible that's a terrible word to search. Let me log back in here. And let's see. I'm going to check this catalog. Close that. And see if there is a Robin trade paperback listed in here. Yes. Robin Volume 1, The Lazarus Tournament, trade paperback will be out on March 29th. And it is going to include the first 6 issues, Robin 1 through 6. So there you go. You heard it here first. There's a Robin book on OPB. Not sure if it's trade or standard hardcover. What's solicited here is a trade paperback. The hardcover probably wouldn't come until like maybe in the winter time or something. But yeah, so it's there. Afro Sci-Fi's late. I appreciate you watching anytime you watch. But yeah, so I read Robin number 11. 7.5. 7.5. I liked it. Liked it a lot. Like I said, that last page ending had me like super hype, but the rest of the issue wasn't like all that. But it was good though. And the last book that I've read so far this week is the X Deaths of Wolverine, issue number 3. I really like this issue. You know what's funny is this book is supposed to tie in with the 10 Lives of Wolverine. And funny enough, I'm not caught up on 10 Lives of Wolverine. I have just been reading the X Deaths. And some people say this is the weaker part or weaker half of the whole event or whatever. But I've been enjoying it. Moira McTaggart's on the run. She's on the run from mutants. She's on the run from the CIA. And in this issue, we find out who this mysterious looming Wolverine is. And that's exciting. You also get like a little reunion between Wolverine and all of his clones, his kids. So, yeah. According to Benjamin Percy, it is 10 lives and X deaths. Not sure why, but that's what Ben Percy said on a podcast. So that's what I'm going with. But yeah, Brandon's got a dip. Be excellent. Appreciate it, sir. Did I get it backwards? Is it X lives and 10 deaths? I thought it was the other way around. But I could have said it backwards. So now I got to go back and find this interview that I was listening to with Ben Percy. Oh no, Ryan's the dyslexic one. Okay. Yeah, 10 lives, X deaths. But yeah, 10 deaths of or X X deaths of Wolverine. I really liked it. I'm really enjoying this series. And we got a little bit of clarity as to what this character is doing and why they're doing it. And then things escalated between a certain character and a certain other character or set of characters. The stakes just got higher. The series got a lot more exciting, and it was already exciting enough. Like, it went from just being a Moira book to like a mutant kind book in this issue. And I really like that. Now I'm very excited to see how the series ends. And I mean, we still got 3 more issues left of both series. This one probably gets my 9 out of 10 being the favorite of the books that I've read this week. I'll probably give that title to X Deaths so far. And that's all I've read this week. I'll read the rest of these before the weekend's out. I got a bunch of meetings tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to be reading anything tomorrow. But yeah, those are the 4 books I read. And now, now that we've done all of this, let's see, any chance you might be at Heroes Con? Where is Heroes Con? Chances are I'm not going to be at Heroes Con. Friday, June 24th through Sunday, June 26th. Oh, it's in Charlotte. Maybe. If I can swing it, I would likely only be there Saturday. Yeah, I'd likely only be there Saturday. Chris Bocciolo's going to be there. Oh, let me put this page on the screen so you guys can see it. So Chris Bocciolo is going to be there. Tom DeFalco is going to be there. Ron Friends, Larry Hama, Stuart Eminem, Bob McLeod, Ron Salas, Brian Stelfreeze. Brian Stelfreeze is going to be there. Now I kind of have to go. Saturday, June 25th. I kind of have to go. I wonder if I could get like a press pass or something. Let's see. Okay, cool. I can apply. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might be there. If I get a press pass, I'll definitely be there. Jigs Kingdom says it's the biggest con in NC. Word? That's what's up. Would love to say hello to you, bro. Same here. Let's see. I know people complain because there's so many titles, but I love what Marvel's been doing with the X-Men books. I agree. I haven't read. I kind of pick and choose which X books I'm going to read, but I've been enjoying everything that I have read. Mostly X-Force, X-Men, Wolverine, Marauders. I want to catch up on Hellions. I didn't get into Hellions. I kind of fell off of a lot of X-Men after the Hellfire Gala, or not Hellfire Gala. I've been enjoying everything since Hellfire Gala. I kind of fell off during the Ten of Swords event. What is Press passes are a thing for Comic-Con. They absolutely are. They absolutely are. You'd have to like perform as press. Like you got to like do interviews and stuff, but you can do it. It's possible. So yeah, we'll see. I've heard Hellions is great. I've heard that, but I haven't read it. So here's something funny. Here's something funny. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Is this going to let me do this? Let's see. Give me a second, guys. All right, hold on. Abort mission. I'm going to do something else. This is taking me a second because I can't remember. I can't remember where I saved this file. All right, forget it. Forget it. You know what? I'll just do this. We're moving on to our main event. The main event, the conversation that you came here to have about digital comics versus physical comics. Now, the main event is brought to you by Organic Price Books, the best place to look for collected editions. They got omnis, trade paperbacks, standard size hardcovers, deluxe hardcovers, all of it. So if you're interested in picking up collected editions, you should definitely do that. Grab them at Organic Price Books, and you can use my coupon code BJKicks to save $2 on every order every time. So with all of that out of the way, let's talk about the main event. So I bought this iPad. A week ago. A week ago tomorrow was when I got it in the mail. Oh, snap. Somebody just ordered that Milestone Compendium. That's what's up. Hopefully you enjoy it. So I bought this a week ago. I did the unboxing. That came out Saturday. And I have been really, really enjoying the digital comics reading experience about a week ago. But anyway, I've really been enjoying the digital comics reading experience. And I've fallen in love with it a lot more than I thought I would, right? Because like I said, I've read digital comics on the computer, didn't really like it. Read digital comics on the phone, and I hated that. But reading digital comics on the tablet is almost better than reading a single issue to me, right? This is the 11-inch iPad Pro, which is basically about the same size as a comic page, a little bit smaller, right? But what really sells it for me is the backlit screen. The backlit screen is great. Like I can turn it up, turn it down. So if I'm in the bed with the wife, right, turn it down. It's dark in the room anyway, but I can still read my book. It's one hand. I can have a baby in one hand and my comics in the other hand and just scroll like. So that's one thing. Just the reading experience digitally is dope on a tablet specifically. But add that to the fact that Marvel and DC both have these unlimited services. I think Marvel is Marvel Unlimited and DC is DC Universe Infinite, right? I can read basically every comic known to man except books that came out in the last 3 to 6 months. Here's a good question. How do they do splash pages on your iPad? That is the one thing that I am not a fan of. Splash pages. So let me do this. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to this issue of Hawkman, right? So Hawkman This is how they do splash pages. So it'll show up like this, so you can tell it's a double page spread, but you can just turn the tablet sideways and see it bigger. But I mean, also I can just pinch and zoom in if I want to, like if I really want to geek out over some artwork. So it's not a total deal breaker, but I will say it's not the exact same feeling as like when you open up the page to a really dope spread in a book. Like, is there a dope spread in this book? Let's see. I'm almost done with this book, and there's not even a splash page in this X Deaths joint. So, whatever. My point is, the feeling of opening up to a splash page is definitely better on an actual book than on a tablet. But like you guys said, like you said, like JC said, if you have kids, trying to read a 900-page Omni is almost impossible. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, it's insane how good the reading experience on a tablet is. I love like just having all these books. But yeah, I got a newborn. Well, she's not a newborn. She'll be a year old next month. Can you guys believe that? But she'll be a year old next month, and she's now like crawling. And so any book that I have anywhere near a floor, it's all like it's fair game for her. She'll grab it, she'll crumple up the pages. So now my books are a hazard, or my daughter's a hazard, right? But my daughter, she's not a hazard to my tablet. I can hold her and hold this at the same time, and it works out. Dennis Cowan is here. He says the Milestone Compendium is what's up. He loves physical comics, but he also loves the ability to access comics at any time with any device. Word. I feel you. I feel you. Yes, this book is what's up. This book is great. And eventually, I got to come out to cons, and Dennis Cowan's got to come out to cons so I can get mine signed. But yeah, so I didn't expect that I was going to love reading digital comics as much as I do. But like, if it weren't for the delay between the physical release and the digital subscription, I'd probably only read comics like, single issues on a device like this. The other thing that keeps me from doing that is the price of digital. Now, with a subscription service like this, it's a no-brainer. Read all the books you want. But if you want the new stuff, you got to pay single issue price to basically get a digital file. And I'm like, if I'm going to pay single issue price, just give me the book. Just give me the book. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Everybody's geeking out. Thank you, Mr. Cowan. I appreciate it. Carrie says she just brought her boyfriend the compendium. He loves it so far. And JC Rivera says that he's going to check it out now. Let's see. And there are a bunch of people. JC says, hey, hope you're doing well, sir. Afro Sci-Fi says he just reread the Deathlock miniseries yesterday. That's what's up. That is what's up. And JC says, thanks for the recommendation. Ryan says, I don't believe in children hampering my Wow. I got to start reading these comments before I put them on the screen. But yeah. So I've been really enjoying the digital comics reading experience. And it's got me thinking like, maybe at some point, where's the thing? All right, my bad. It's upside down. So maybe at some point during in the future, I might drop a lot of titles off my pull list, because then I can save money and like buy more collectibles, right? Like this one, right? Like this is signed by John Paul Leon, right? And that's something that like you can't get every day. He's no longer with us, right? And so I would love to have more money to put toward things like this, like one of a kind pieces, and all types of stuff. And so that's just one of those thoughts when it comes to digital comics. That's like, hey, this is the future. I could see the future. As Prince once said, I've seen the future and it will be. Uh, but yeah, so I love the comics reading experience on digital. I'd like to know how you guys feel about digital comics versus physical. I know there are a lot of people who feel like digital is going to be the death of the direct market of comic book shops. I don't necessarily think that's the case. As long as comic shops can diversify and provide good customer service, there's always going to be a market for physical media. Like, for example, this is Death Wish, issue number 3. I just got this in the mail a couple of days ago, right? Yes, eventually this will be, collected or digitally. It'll be in DC Universe Infinite, and that's exciting, right? But there's not going to be letters pages there. There's not going to be the letter from the editor there, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some things that you just can't get digitally. Plus, nobody gets to flex and be like, I have a full milestone run just reading it digitally. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be people that are going to want to collect things. And I'm excited. So I'm going to put Mr. Cowan on the spot here. DC Connect is out now. The announcement has been made. Blood Syndicate and Duo are making appearances, are making their print debuts in May, right? What can you tell us about the series? Like, I'm excited because Criss Cross is doing art on Blood Syndicate. We were just talking about Jeffrey Thorne. I'm really excited about how he's treated Joe Mullen so far. I'm excited about how he's going to handle like the dialogue. It's just, it is different when minority characters or minority creators get to write minority characters in an authentic voice. I'm not saying that like only Black people should write Black characters or vice versa, but it's just like there's a sense of authenticity that's like really refreshing when you see certain names on certain books. So that's exciting. That's exciting. But yes, Death Wish number 3, my man Tim sold this to me. I ordered issue number 4. I found it on eBay for a decent price. It was like $5 or something, including shipping. So yeah, wasn't Criss Cross a rap group? Yes, but Christopher Williams was also an R&B singer. So Criss Cross had to like pick something, right? Criss Cross is back. Yes, that is exciting. That is exciting. I'll just go ahead and pull it up because that variant cover by Criss Cross is like it's the business. That's what it is. So let me pull this up and boom. Y'all see that? Like, that's clearly an homage to Blood Syndicate number 1. I don't have Blood Syndicate number 1 nearby. It's in a short box. But this is my copy of Blood Syndicate number 10. And so, like, just seeing all these characters back, like, I'm excited. I'm excited. And it's a reboot. And so, Tech Nine's not dead. So I'm excited. Like, there's so much to be excited about. Dennis Cowan says that cover is crazy. He couldn't believe he did that. Yo, it is awesome. Like, I love it. Tim Sheeran says, hi, I'm a fan of your work. I'm sure you get that a lot. Yes, LAS, that is the Dennis Cowan. Let's see. JC says he does have letters pages in the back of the old DC and Marvel issues on his tablet. Word? That's what's up. Afro Sci-Fi used to love Criss Cross on Heroes. Milestone, not the TV show. Yes, the world needs heroes. Carrie says her boyfriend has Blood Syndicate number 1 as a Grail. Word. I I think I have an extra Blood Syndicate #1. I'm still getting ready for this Whatnot sale. Um, but I'm pretty sure I do. But yeah, so Blood Syndicate season 1, that's coming. This is going to be the A cover, and if I'm not mistaken, this is Dexter Soy on this cover. I love Holocaust here. Tech Nine's there, Fade's there. That's exciting. So Blood Syndicate is coming in May 10th. And then we've also got Duo. Duo is a 6-issue miniseries. It's not listed as season 1, but this is going to be kind of going beyond the original Milestone and kind of doing new things. Now, Duo is based on Zombie, right? It's Dr. David Kim. So if you're reading the Milestone Compendium, he's got his origins there, but it's reworked. It's a completely reworked origin and a reworked hero. So I'm excited about this, like just to see how it all goes. This is going to be written by Greg Pak with art by Koi Pham, and this is coming out the week after Blood Syndicate. This is coming out May 17th, assuming there are no delays. I love this cover. Like, this cover is dope. Let's see. JC says, why is Blood Syndicate #1 a Grail? The old one from the 90s. Yeah, I think it probably just wants the cover because, I mean, it is a dope book. Blood Syndicate was the one where it was like, because like I said, I didn't know about any of this stuff until maybe 2 years ago. Like, I knew Static was a comic, but I didn't know about the whole Milestone universe until I started looking up Static issues on eBay. And when I grabbed Blood Syndicate, that was the series that like really grabbed me first. Like, the idea of the way I would describe them was like an amoral X-Men, right? Like, they're not necessarily heroes. They're not necessarily fighting for, your moral ideals. They're fighting for turf. They fight each other, right? Like, it's dope. It's dope. I love seeing like the power dynamics and how they shift. I love the kind of we all we got mentality that you get in the Blood Syndicate in these original pages. And I love the fact that this compendium exists so that we can read this without like having to dig through short boxes and bags and boards and all that. But yeah. Carrie says her boyfriend, it was a love of his from the 90s. He read it all back then. Speaking of Blood Syndicate. Word. That's what's up. I was like 2 years old. Yeah, Milestone started in 93, 94, 93. I was 2. Really need to get that compendium because I want to read more Hardware. Yes, Hardware is amazing. JC says, oh, like the Crips and Bloods used to fight in California. Yeah, basically. I mean, street gangs. They weren't just limited to Crips and Bloods, and they certainly weren't just limited to California. But yeah, the whole concept of Blood Syndicate is, well, to spoil, 30-year-old comic books, the big event that kind of sets off the Milestone universe in a lot of ways is the Big Bang. And the Big Bang is like this planned gang fight. It's all the different rival gangs in Dakota. And they're going to meet up in Paris Island and fight, right? The police are like, oh, this is a great opportunity. Let's tag all these gang members. That way we can round them all up by morning. And they basically, they tear gas all the gang members. The tear gas is laced with a substance called Q juice that they think is just going to tag those people. But instead, it killed a bunch of them, like most of them. And the people that it didn't kill, it gave superpowers. And so the Blood Syndicate is basically a group of survivors of the Big Bang. A lot of them are from different gangs, the Force Syndicate and the Paris Island Bloods. They come together and they call themselves the Blood Syndicate, and they basically fight for what remains of their turf. Because Paris Island was basically like the projects. and nobody was really trying to come around anyway. Um, Dennis Cowan says they talked about the Warriors a lot when they were creating Blood Syndicate. The Warriors, that's what's up. The Warriors was a movie about like New York street gangs, which makes a lot of sense. That's hilarious. Because now I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Did you like when the Blood Syndicate met Superman and Worlds Collide? I love it all. I loved it all. Absolutely. I need to go and pre-order Duo as well. My shop knows that I buy all the Milestone books though. Like, so I've never had to ask them to put one on the list. I just go to the shop and it's there. But I do want to make sure that I have it, right? The big thing is making sure I get my ratio variants, because those are gonna be the ones that people are after. But it's a 1 in 25. It's not like a 1 in 100 or something, so it should be easy. Yes, and it was a book as well. Where I saw the Warriors once. It was exciting, but I saw it once, and it was like the context that I saw it in was like a hip hop history class. I would love to watch it again on my own. With all of these streaming services, I'm assuming I could find it somewhere. Did I just show my total nerdiness by mentioning the Warriors movie in comparison? No, you did not. I mean, we were nerds long before that movie was mentioned. So yeah. So I'm excited about the continuation of Milestone Comics, right? Like, if you were concerned that it was going to stop with Static, Icon, and Rocket and Hardware, now we're getting, kind of a phase 2. So that's exciting. And I would love to know like what else is coming. But yeah, Tim Sheeran loves the movie The Warriors. Did I ever play the Warriors video game? No, I did not. Think you might be able to find the Warriors on Pluto. Is Pluto a streaming service? What are we talking about here? Let's do this. Oh wait, Pluto TV. I think they have that on the Roku, right? I sound like I sound like an old man. I'll check it out then. Um, Warriors was based on true events. Word. So yeah, that's exciting. I have to say, thank you to Dennis Cowan for joining us in the chat, because that's just amazing. Oh, here it is. X-Men plus the Warriors trying to get to Coney Island. That's a very good description. That fits. That fits so well. Since we're here, let me show off some of this artwork from one of my favorite issues this week. Obviously, you can't go around pirating comic books, but if I can convince you to buy a book, I'm convinced you to buy a book, right? Boom. So this is Hardware Season 1, issue number 4. Out this week. Written by Brandon Thomas, art by Dennis Cowan, with inks by Bill Sienkiewicz. And remember I was telling you guys, it's sketchy, it's gritty, but it fits. It fits what's happening here. Like, this is just dope. And that's the only way to describe it. I mean, the digital screen tone, the line work, it's great. This art and writing combo, like it fits together really well. The art and story really go together really well. And that's why it's my favorite of the Milestone Returns titles. Let's see. So Dennis Cowan says that's pretty much it. X-Men and the Warriors trying to get to Coney Island. So yeah, you guys definitely need to grab this book if you haven't grabbed it already. Static Season 1, the hardcover, has been pushed back to June the 7th. I don't know. Let's do this. I'm going to pull up the catalog again to let you know if we've got different dates on Hardware and Icon and Rocket. Iconic Rocket Season 1 is showing an on sale date of August 2nd. And then hardware, it's not letting me type in hardware for some reason. Okay, so hardware is not showing in the catalog as of right now. The hardware hardcover. Well, Icon of Rock is coming in August. Static is coming in June. So that's exciting. Bill Sienkiewicz is a man. Dennis says he's always loved working with him. Yeah, man. I've I've said this several times, but like this combo, like I don't know if you can beat this combo. No disrespect to any other inkers, but Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz, like that team is just it's just y'all. You guys do something for each other's artwork. It's really dope. Dogstar says he loves that line work, and Afro Sci-Fi says that art is awesome. You know what's great? Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz have in common that they've both done artwork for hip hop albums. Dennis Cowan did art on Liquid Swords. Bill Sienkiewicz, he's done a lot. I think he did a T.I. album. He did Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon. Bill Sienkiewicz has done a few iconic album covers. So that's just a fun thing to share with somebody. Bill Sienkiewicz posted some beautiful Harley Quinn and Ivy art on Twitter the other day that I fangirled over. Word. Was it for Valentine's Day? Because that makes sense. I'm going to. You know what's hilarious? Bill Sienkiewicz's Twitter handle is hilarious because I don't know how to. I never know how to spell his name the first time. I'm looking for the Harley, and wow, look at this Sidney Poitier. Okay, now I gotta put it on the screen. Bill's done a few hip hop album covers. EPMD, the RZA. Yes, he did the Bobby Digital album. Yes, Bill Sienkiewicz did Man on the Moon. Philly Born just ordered the duo Cowan cardstock cover. Can't wait to get that. Word. We're looking at Bill Sienkiewicz's Twitter feed right now. And Bob Saget. Look at this Sidney Poitier. That's dope. Doom. Betty White. These illustrations are just amazing. Wow. All right, I got to stop scrolling through this page because what's going to happen is I'm going to want to buy art, and I can't afford art. So let's just go back. Dennis says, my Liquid Swords cover is more famous. Yes, that's true. Toyamic says, wait, you have a Liquid Swords cover? Yes. We talked about that last time Dennis was here. Dennis Cowan did the artwork for the Liquid Swords album. He did the cover. He did all the inserts and whatnot. So that is, let me pull up is there a larger picture? Let me pull up the large image here. And I'll put that on the screen in just a second. All right. So this, I hate when they do that. I opened in a new tab. But this is the artwork for Liquid Swords, drawn by Dennis Cowan. He says, don't look at Bill's feed. It's too good. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Like, I'm looking at the feed and I'm just like, I just want to buy this, but I can't afford this because I just do YouTube about comic books. I can't afford anything. I'm still saving all of my coins for I gotta find a way to get a commission from Dennis Cowan, but I gotta it's gonna take me like a year to save up. So we gotta get that figured out. But yeah, let's see. LAS says he really wishes he was collecting covers back when they had the hip hop album covers. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, oh, and Dennis says he recreated it for Marvel. Let's pull that up. They even did a Marvel ended up doing, yeah, they did. They released a record for a contest of Liquid Swords, but with the Marvel variant, also by Dennis Cowan. So here that is. Look at that. Iron Man, and is that Maestro? How cool is that? It looks like this was lenticular as well. That's crazy. Oh, Iron Man and Iron Hulk. I wonder, is this available? Sold out. Now I gotta like go on eBay. Okay, there's one for sale for $75. We'll have to talk budgeting stuff later. Says that was fun to do. Word. That's, I can only imagine. Like, for one, drawing the album cover in the first place is good. And I know Dennis is I won't say insecure, but Dennis is like, oh no, it wasn't finished when I did it the first time. So to be able to revisit that iconic work is crazy. And then you can see how he tightened it up. He definitely tightened it up here. But it was awesome both times. It was awesome both times. Comic Bound just popped in to say hello. Also, Liquid Swords is his favorite Woo album. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, sir. I hope you are. I know Comic Bound lives across the pond, so it's always cool when he pops in because I know he's like, it's like crazy after hours there. No way I can afford the Miles Morales Illmatic. Yeah, man. I gotta do it. So this is insane. Let's see. I'm trying to find something witty to put on the screen. Boom. So Dennis Cowan's here, so it's time to play the suck up game. Let's see. It says, okay, the Harley is on Sinkevich's art page. It's not gonna let me like copy and paste from this little interface. So I'll have to look it up later. And that's on Twitter or Instagram. Yeah, I have to look it up later because yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so that was my thoughts on, we were talking about digital comics. I really, really enjoy digital comics. I think it's the future. And I can't be more excited. What's really dope, in all seriousness, because I mean I know we're playing like the Dennis Cowan suck up game, but it really is awesome to have all these Milestone comics available digitally, you know, for the first time basically within the last year. We are up to, they've loaded in 32 issues of Static in here out of 45. So we only got a few months left and you'll be able to read all of Static digitally when it wasn't available before. Like the only way to read this before was to go on eBay and find the single issues or go to a flea market or something crazy. Like I did all that. I did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that if we're keeping it hip hop. Right. But like the fact that you don't have to do this anymore and you can just swipe a few times on a screen, like that's insane to me. And I feel like the old man that like came or like time traveled to the future and was like, yo, what? Like they got what now? There's a video of this dude that got out of prison a few months ago and he went into Walmart and he was like amazed at how many variations of cereals they had. Look up that video. I think it's like, I don't know, you type in Walmart prison and whatever, it'll come up. But that's how I feel looking at these apps, like just a year ago, I was searching for all this on eBay and in back issue bins, and now it's just all right here. That's crazy. Static 45 is on eBay is 300 raw. Word. Or you could pay, I don't know, $300 for 3 years of DC Universe and read Static, all of Static. 300 raw is not bad. I saw it go for 200 raw around Christmas. I really wish I had bought it, but it was Christmas. I had to buy stuff for my kids. you know? All the old school stuff is just amazing to look at on the apps. What's really cool is the artwork in a lot of these series digitally is retouched. Like I was looking at an old issue of Plastic Man, of all things. T Mills says, what's your favorite digital comic app? I'm partial to DC, so DC Universe is it for me. I like the way it's organized. I like how much material is there. I wish the delay between issues wasn't as big, but there are some issues, like every issue of the new Milestone Returns books, that you can actually get day and date digital. So you don't even have to go to the store and buy this book, Hardware number 4. It's right here on the app, and it just came out Tuesday. So yeah. Carrie says the apps make you look for more stuff on eBay, though. I'm now looking for Mark Brooks Batman 50 cover. Yeah, it'll do that. It'll do that to you. Like because you're just scrolling and you're like, oh, that's beautiful. I need one of those. And that's how they get you. That is how they get you. But I mean, it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me. And what I like about it is there are so many books that I didn't buy when they were coming out, like Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom, right? Written by Brandon Easton. I didn't buy this at the shop because there were too many books on my pull list, but now it's right here digitally and I can read that. Let's see. Do you have any info about Comixology? I heard there were big changes coming. So with Comixology, yes, they finally completed their merger with Amazon. And I can't lie. Oh, this is Excellence. This is Excellence. Also written by Brandon Thomas, who's writing Hardware. This is what I'm reading on Comixology right now. But Comixology, they just completed their whole merger with Amazon. I mean, Amazon bought them a long time ago, but they finally have switched over. And so everything that you know as Comixology has been switched to like the Amazon digital comics shop. On the computer, I can't even lie. It sucks. So let me just do this. I'm just going to type in Comixology.com and it's going to take me to Amazon's comics page, right? And welcome to the, oh wait, this already looks different. This already looks different than it did like 3 days ago. So they might have already like done some changes. Yeah, they've already changed some stuff. This is not what it looked like last week. They switched this over, I think, last Thursday. So what you're seeing is basically their homepage. Their homepage, and they've got this week's featured releases, trending in Comixology, new and noteworthy. The only thing I feel like is missing is, oh wait, Celebrate Black Voices. Let's look at that, see what happens. Okay, so that's kind of an issue, right? Like the problem is like it's just Amazon. And it's not as easy to navigate as it once was. And then it says Kindle, but is it Kindle? Is it Comixology? What is it? Right? Okay, well, this is unlimited. It's included in my subscription. It's just not as seamless of an experience. It doesn't feel, Comixology felt like a separate experience just for comics. When I'm browsing on it right now, this page is great. And they didn't even look like this last week. But like I'm looking at the featured releases, right? So I click on that. They've got Aquaman. I want to know if I'm looking for this week's books, can I just sort it by publisher? Like, can I just look at Marvel or DC or Boom or Image? As of right now, That's not a thing. And that's a problem. Another thing they used to have was like the top 10 list. It would be over here on the right. That's not there. So you can't see like what other people are digging that you might dig because other people are digging, you know? And there doesn't seem to be like any rhyme or reason as to what is put up here. So these are trending in Comixology Unlimited. Okay, so I know that this is all included with my subscription. I can read all these for free. That's cool. But then, is there anything like trending this week? This is this week's feature releases. We already looked at that. The navigation just leaves some things to be desired, in my opinion. If they were asking me, a comic fan, but nobody asked me. Okay, featured new releases. They got that here. Okay, so I can look at new releases. The Absolute Carnage Omnibus is not a new release. That's been out for months. Okay, so Spider-Man number 90, that's there. All right, so if I hit see more right here, it's just giving me a list of books. I need filtering options. That's what will make this better for me. Filtering options. Let's see. Comixology had an oh shit moment, but apparently it wasn't enough of one. Word. Right. Come here to chill with the K Squad, which is cool. Now my monthly pre-order for March is over $100. Thanks to BJ and Mr. Dennis Cowan. Hey, all I do is throw the show. I don't control who comes in the chat and makes you want to spend money. I mean, I can't take responsibility. Let's see. Another problem with Comixology is they took the cart away. What? They took the cart away? Yeah. Oh, wait. So, yeah, that's weird. So, like, look at this. I just clicked on Action Comics 1040. This book just came out this week. I can buy it, but I can't just like add it to my cart and then go back and check out later. I have to like just buy these books one at a time. Who's keeping track of which ones you clicked on and bought already? Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target. Okay, so now if I click this, book 5 of 6, is that going to take me to the whole series? Okay, well, that took me to the whole series, so that's cool. But then issue 6 isn't out yet, but it still comes up on the same page. So that, yeah, that's it needs some work. It needs some work. Dennis Cowan says, "You're welcome, Larry. He's here for you. That's what he's here for." Carrie says, "My pulls every 2 weeks are $100 at least." Look, y'all see what I spend every week because I tell you about it. I try to stick to $50, but then like I'll find something dope on eBay or something, and then there we are. Every book is a single purchase, which will red flag bank and credit cards for fraud. I didn't even think about that. Can you not still just like subscribe to a series though? I think you could still subscribe to a series, but I don't even want to know how that process goes, as hard as it was just to find books. Tim Sheeran's heading out. Thanks for being here, Tim. I appreciate it. And thank you again for Death Wish number 3. I appreciate that as well. One book closer. I'm still, you know what I'm missing from Milestone? I'm missing a decent portion of Zombie. And I'm missing issues 11 through 16 of Cobalt. And I'm missing issue 45 of Static. And that's it. Bunkmaster B is here, fresh out of date night with his wife. What's up, Kicks? Where we land on physical versus digital? Everyone in here loves digital. I think we all enjoy collecting physical things, but it seems to be consensus that the reading experience on digital is great, even if the shopping experience on digital leaves some to be desired. Let's see. Eric says he got 2 Dennis books this week, Icon number 1 and Hardware number 5. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. I saw somebody that might have been you in the Discord that posted that. And yeah, Icon number one was going for like $30 or something like that. Which when I bought Icon number one, it was 10. I think it was 10 when I bought it. Like early last year. Dennis does not have a complete collection of the Milestone books. He wishes he did. Man, if you don't have a complete collection, where's the hope for us? I'm trying so hard. It's the balance between like having what you want and having money. Like that's a real struggle, right? So it's like I could have what I want, but then I wouldn't have any money. Says he'll have to go digital. Word. Yeah, I mean that's honestly the move. That's the move. Like you can't get him any other way. So, I mean, the only raw copy of Static 45 that's on eBay right now is selling for $300, I think. And then people have them slabbed, which I'm cool with a slabbed book, but if I'm getting Static 45, I'm getting it because I want to read it. And I'm not going to pay $500, $700, $800 for a graded book just to crack it out of the case and read it. Like that doesn't make sense. So, yeah. I have a full run of Dennis' question run with Bill Sienkiewicz's favorite comic run ever. That's dope. There was a dude that came to my shop, my LCS, and he was trying to sell the comic shop a full run or a partially completed run of Dennis Cowan's question run. But they didn't buy it because the books were kind of beat up. And the dude was like, "You want some of this?" And I was like, I don't know where those books have been. He literally pulled them out of an army bag with no bags or boards or anything. I was like, I'm sure I'll find it somewhere else later. Plus, they've got the omnibus coming out. The omnibus is coming out in May, I believe. The question by Denny O'Neil and Dennis Cowan, I believe, comes out in May, not long after the Death and Return of Superman omnibus. Didn't you get the Excellence hardcover? I did get the Excellence hardcover, but then I bought it digitally as well. I bought it digitally as well because reading it on an iPad is just dope. And so now my hardcover can stay on the shelf and look good, but I can just read it on an iPad. JDA says it's so good. Amazing character, amazing story. A Black Label question run is good too, or fantastic too. Did Stan Lee really say this? Did Stan Lee really say that? That's hilarious. But you can't believe everything you read on the internet. So I'm not going to believe that's a Stan Lee quote until somebody confirms it and links me to a source. Speaking of iPads, Amazon just delivered. It's 9 p.m. But they just delivered my wireless keyboard that I got for the iPad. So now I can like do work and stuff. Getting into any Black Label I find so good lately. Where I feel like Black Label started off really great, and then all of a sudden it just became like a whole lot of Batman books. But they've all been good. It's just been a whole lot of them. Like there's been a whole lot of them. I need to go buy that question hardcover, The Deaths of Vic Sage. I need to go buy that. I have issues 1 and 2. I don't know if I have the rest of them, but I just go buy the book. And Dennis says, "Thank you, Eric, for the compliment." Eric, your profile picture is making me miss my hair. I used to have long and luxurious hair, and then I had a baby, and I didn't have time to comb my hair, so I cut it. Wireless keyboard for an iPad. Now you can take over the world. Afro Sci-Fi demands a Deathlock hardware team up. Listen, I don't know how possible that is, considering hardware lives at DC and Deathlock is a Marvel character, And I mean, have you guys seen the nonsense over this JLA Avengers trade paperback in tribute to George Perez? It's crazy. Oh, snap. Why did that fizz up like that? That's so weird. Anyway, dog is fed. Date night continues. Later, kicks. Keep being amazing, Dennis. JC says, ha ha ha. Dennis says, that's a good idea. Look, hey, if you can make it happen, I'm definitely reading it. For now, I'm just going to enjoy that homage cover for Hardware Season 1, Number 1. Do it for Perez, just for any reason. Cut him off, he's drunk. This is root beer, sir. I don't drink. Because, I mean, I guess people that drink to take because they like it or they want to get drunk. But if I'm going to drink anything, it's going to be because it tastes good. I don't get the point of alcohol because it doesn't taste good. But this, I love it. I cut my hair years ago. Those are my NYC modeling days. I still have a lawsuit against our ex-president. Dude owes me money. He owes you money for modeling? What? That might be the craziest. That might be the craziest story you've heard tonight. Perez's first work was in Astonishing Tales 25 with a satire of Deathlock creation. You know what's crazy? I used to have a sponsorship from Mainstream Comics. They did a mystery box, and one of the books that they gave away as a Golden Ducky prize was a CBCS, I want to say it was like a 7.0, Astonishing Tales 25. I did not know that was George Perez's first published work. Got the original 4 issues of JLA Avengers. Everyone can fight over those 7,000 copies. I've got those issues as well, but I still want one of those 7,000 copies. I mean, because they've got like a new foreword and afterword and some extras. But yeah, it's going to be insane to get. And I'm not paying more than cover price because then the money's going to somebody that's not trying to give the money to, the charity. And that was the whole point of the re-release. It's a 2-page portion of the book. That's what's up. Look at Carrie coming in with the facts, the fun facts. Well, look, guys, it is 9 p.m. Eastern time. We've pretty much run through all of our topics. I was just stretching the show because it's always amazing when Dennis Cowan joins. So, Dennis, I will reach out to you offline because we do still have to plan this appearance. And everybody else, I'm so excited that you came. Thank you so much for joining me on the Hangout. The Milestone Compendium is out right now. You can grab it at Organic Priced Books. Like I said, the retail price is $59.99, but with my discount, use the code BJKicks and you will save $2 off of their already discounted price. So you get it for $43, including shipping, which is dope. So take some of those savings and put it towards upgraded shipping so you can get it faster. I ordered one of these from OPB and I ordered one from Amazon. The Amazon copy arrived with a bunch of dings on it. My OPB copy arrived in pristine condition, surrounded by that foamy wrap stuff. So definitely check that out. Grab it. Use the link in the description below. And I will see you guys same time next week. Next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Really great show. Better late than never. Dennis says, thank you, everyone. So I hope you guys saw something you liked in this stream. And if not, hey, that's cool. Because you can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy and be nice to others. Because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.